नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि पाणातिपाता वीरमणि सिक्खापदं समाधियामि अदिन्नदाना वीरमणि सिक्खापदं समाधियामि कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वीरमणि सिक्खापदं समाधियामि मुसावादा वीरमणि सिक्खापदं समाधियामि सुरामेरयमज्जपमादठाना वीरमणि सिक्खापदं समाधियामि सब्बपापस्सकरणं कुशलस्य उपसम्पदा सच्चित्तपर्योदपनम् एतं बुद्धानशासनम् साधु साधु साधु।
to Venerable Phra Ratchapatibharnsobhon, Assistant Abbot of Wat Raja-O-Rasaram in Bangkok, Thailand. Greetings to all the viewers at home who are watching our Dhamma Discourse online. It is a good opportunity for us to have a chance to hear profound teaching of the Buddha, which will be delivered by our Venerable Phra Ratchapatibharnsobhon. Before we start, may I invite the Venerable to let the viewers know a little bit about the Venerable's background.
For begin, I would like to pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, the Triple Gems. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dear friends in the Dhamma, today is a very good opportunity to talk Dhamma to you all, because we are human beings. We don't know about ourselves, but Buddhism tell us to understand life as it is. So we are lucky to be born in this age. It means in the time of the teaching of the Buddha still alive. Many people in this world, we born to this world as a human being, and we don't know ourselves, as I said. And then some of us have been told to believe in some creator, that life is created by external power. And also, if they haven't used the wisdom or follow that idea, it means they believe in the power of the Creator, and their life is under control of the Creator. When the Buddha attained enlightenment, before he attained enlightenment, he experienced life when he was a Bodhisattva or Buddha to be. He see the old age people, sick people, and dead body. And he think that why all of us come to this world, come to this suffering world, to have to fight this difficult situation of life. So he tried to know the solution, how to escape from this unhappiness life. That's why he renounced family life, become the ascetic. And after that, he attained enlightenment. After 6 years of searching to know the reality of life, to know the truth of life, and then one day he attained enlightenment. That day is we call Vesak Day or Visakha Day in Thai language. What he found in his enlightenment, we don't know. When we know his knowledge, that when he gave the first sermon to the 5 ascetics, unfortunately, when some people don't know about life and believe in the teaching of someone who also never experienced the reality of life, and they believe in that way. When the Buddha gave the first sermon, he explained about life to the 5 ascetics, Panchavakkhi, talking about the 4 noble truths. The 4 noble truths is Dukkha Ariya Satya, is the suffering. Samudaya Ariya Satya, cause of suffering. Nirodha Ariya Satya, cessation of suffering of the cause of suffering. And Magga Ariya Satya is a path to the cessation of suffering. This is the Four Noble Truths. The first Noble Truth telling us about life. Life is dukkha, or unhappiness, or never lasting. Because dukkha it means always extinguished, never lasting. What is dukkha? Dukkha it means life. Life on earth. We are born from our parents. Without parents, we cannot born to this life. So in the care of the parents, especially the mother take care of our life, love our life, and brought us up with the kindness. So that's why we are going up. So this life means we are created by our parents. If there is a God or creator, we can see that our parent is the real creator of our life, or of all our life all over the world. If we believe in God, we have to see that our parent is a real God. And when we born, what we have in our life, we have two things together, combination of two things, between the body and the mind. The body is the matter. The mind is the consciousness, or the citta. The citta is the knower. The knower or the thing is experience on the object in this world. Because the body is the matter, cannot know anything, cannot feel, cannot think, cannot see, cannot hear. But without the body, without a sphere from the body, the mind also cannot exist. The consciousness cannot exist. So both are combined together, work together, and we hold the body and mind, or the consciousness as self. But the Buddha said these are dukkha, because the attachment to the body and the mind as self. We think that this is our life, this is my life, this is our life, these are their life. But both are impermanent, changing all the time, rising and falling continuously. Because of the impermanent, there are dukkha. Dukkha is the meaning that's never lasting. Happiness or unhappiness, it happens to life, are impermanent and extinguished all the time. Life, our body and mind, impermanent and never lasting dukkha. That the Buddha said they are selflessness or uncontrollable. So when it's uncontrollable, they are tend to be changed. It means rising and falling automatically by itself, and by the support of many causes. So life on us, which we cling as self, is not really ourself. The Buddha said, if this life belongs to ourselves, we can command, we can demand to have what we want to have, or what we want life to be. Because of it's out of control, that we call anatta. Anatta, it means selflessness. But in the reality of life, there are two kinds of reality. One is conventional reality. The other is ultimate realities. Conventional realities mean it's so-called. Because when we born from the womb of the mom, We have the body, we have the mind together, but we have no name. We don't know who we are. Then we have been given the name, and we remember that this is my name. So the name is a conventional reality. And we hold the body and mind as self, but they are impermanent. When we hold this one as self, immediately it changes. It means extinguish. And another one is exit continuously. Then we hold a new one as self again. And the new one also extinguish again. And the other exit. And we hold a new one again. Continuously non-stop. This we call santati, the continuity of life. The attachment of life as self, this is the cause of suffering. This is samudaya. Because all of us cling life as self. But because life itself is suffering or dukkha, if we don't cling life as self, we are not suffering. We don't feel suffer. We suffer because the attachment, the grasping to life as self. And then when life is changed or extinguished, we feel suffer, we feel unhappy. If life does not belong to us, what will happen? It's okay because we don't feel suffer. Attachment causes suffering in the present moment or in the present life. And when we are born to this life, we cannot avoid to be old, to be ill, and to die. This is also more suffering, more danger. And then how we born to this life? Or how do we come to be born to this life? This is very important. Because at the idea or as a point of view of some people who believe in religion, they believe that God is the creator and God is perfect. It's a complete one. But I read in the book some Westerner, the white Westerner, he explained about that. Life is impermanent. Life is not really happy. And people say that, people understand that the creator is good. And he said, why? Life on earth is not good. He compared that like the products. If the product bad, it means the factory is also not good, it's bad. Because good factory give the good products or make the good products. And the product is bad, we cannot say that the factory is good. So if life is impermanent, how God or the creator be permanent? If the life is suffering, how creator be happy or permanent? So thing is a totally contrast. It should be the same. If the factory good, the products should be good. If the creator good, life have to be good. So when we born to this world, everything is perfect. Life perfect, happy, not to change, and beautiful, handsome, no disease, no decay, and no death. Live in this world permanently and happily. So the Buddha said, the idea of the creator is like the life of the blind. Because the first man who make up this theory about the creator or the God or religion, they also never experience God. And they also try to make the other to believe that there is a God. And the other believe, follow him. Then become a religion, become a very big religion because many people follow that idea. Why? Because everyone need to have the protector, to have the refuge. Because many dangers happen to our life. Inside is the disease. Outside is many dangerous things happen, like an earthquake, fast, lightning, or car accident or something like that. Many. And because we are afraid of that danger, so we need protector. So they pray for the protectors, ask for protection, but they never have. We can know that many our ancestors already died. They also have that idea, pray for the protection, but they don't have. And nowadays people still believe in that way. So that's why Buddhism explains life very clearly to make us understand the reality of life. Because life is out of control. We cannot control not to be born, to be in, and to die. And when after death, we cannot stop rebirth. Why? Because the cause of rebirth is still exist. Because we perform the cause of existence. The cause of existence is the kilesa, the impurity, the defilement is happen into our mind, such as greedy, anger, delusion, lobha, tosa, moha. So when we still have these things, and people in everyday life, you see, we are under control of these kilesa. So there is a fighting, killing, stealing, or any trouble is happened by human being. So we make it up because of the kilesa. So it comes through the, we perform the action, these actions by bodily action, speech, and thought. So these things we call karma. In Buddhism, we call karma. So karma is the action, the volition. If we perform the bad deeds from the bodily action, from the speech, from the thought, then this means we already perform the bad karma. If we do good, we perform the good deeds, good action, good speech. It means we accumulate the good deeds. So good deeds and bad deeds make people to be a good person and a bad person. If they do bad deeds, they are a bad person in this life. If they do good deeds, they are a good person in this life. So good deeds and bad deeds cause happy life and unhappy life, good life and bad life. So who perform the good deed and bad deed? We are. So in this means we are the God to our life. If we do good, we make our life good, make a good cause to our life in the present life. And also, if there is a future life, what will happen to the future life? Good cause, good effect. Bad cause, bad effect. We can have the good life if we perform the good deeds. So we don't need to pray to have a good life. We should perform the good deeds to have the good life. This is the reason. The reason means if the fruit is, it will be the good fruit or bad fruit is according to the cause. Good cause is good fruit, bad cause is bad fruit. Everyone loves our life in the conventional reality. Everyone loves our life. We would like to be happy. We would like to have a good life. If you have to have a good life, you have to do good. So in the brief teaching of the Buddha said, one is not to do any bad deeds. Second, to cultivate good deeds. The third one, purify one thought. These are the teaching of the Buddha. So these are Buddhism. These are Buddha Sasana. So when we understand about this reality, we can control our life. That's why we have to have the precept, the sila. That's why we have to give the dana, charity. That's why we have to practice meditation. For Buddhism, we have the vipassana meditation. We call insight meditation to see the reality of life. So when we see the reality of life, we understand life as they are. They are impermanent. They are never lasting. They are anatta, selfless, uncontrollable. When we accept the reality, we understand this reality. We don't suffer. This is very important. We have less of suffering. So when we destroy the cause of unhappiness. So the cause of unhappiness in Buddhism is on the kilesa, on the defilement. So this defilement we have to uproot, to destroy, to clear up. On the Arahanta, the perfect ones, their own destroy kilesa, impurity. So they are pure person, pure being. And they never come to this world again because they have no cause of rebirth. The people who get the final enlightenment become Arahanta. It means they uproot on the kilesa defilement from the mind, from the heart. When they have no kilesa, the karma, good karma and bad karma he had performed in the past is also extinguished. No power to give the new life again. So on the Buddha and Arahanta have no new life after death. We call Nibbana. So Nibbana is extinguished of all the defilement, all the aggregate. And the Nibbana itself is the object of the mind, object of the Four Noble Truths. Also there is permanent, never change, and no suffering is no aggregate, and not belong to anyone, is the nature. Without the Nibbana in ultimate reality, nobody can attain enlightenment because the Eightfold Noble Path have the Nibbana Paramattha or ultimate Nibbana at the object. Then they can arrive. When the Makkasatya arrive, they destroy, uproot on the kilesa. That we call another Nibbana is the ultimate Nibbana. So Nibbana, the meaning of life, it means the extinguish of body and the mind. extinction of on the kilesa. This we call nibbana. So nibbana, there are many meanings in the meaning of extinguish of the kilesa and aggregates. This one is we can call nibbana as the extinction of aggregates. But nibbana, at the ultimate reality, that is the object. Nibbana as the object of the Eightfold Noble Path. Because at the present moment, you see, we are afraid of the COVID-19. We can compare the COVID at the kilesa in our mind. In everyday life, we experience the world by the six doors: eye, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. These six doors make us experience the object on over the world. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, we can touch, and thought is also always happen continuously. This we call consciousness. The consciousness, we think consciousness as self, seeing as self, hearing as self, smelling as self, tasting as self, touching as self, thought as self. These are very hard to understand that all of them are not the same. They are different, but they are the same nature because they are the knower of all objects. So we experience the object by this consciousness or vijnana. Vijnana is the mind, the consciousness, the knower. And when it experience the object and it change very fast, rising and falling. But we still think that the same consciousness, the same mind. And we hold the mind as self. This the Buddha said, it's harder than to understand that the body is not self. Why? Because wrong view, misunderstanding, micchaทิฏฐิ happen to the mind. The micchaทิฏฐิ, the wrong view, is we call ทิฏฐิ, is the defilement, one of defilement. Tanha, mana,ทิฏฐิ. Tanha is the craving. Mana is the proud. Andทิฏฐิis the wrong view. Usually they happen together with the tanha, with the craving. And then the craving is happen to the mind. When the craving happen, the attachment follow, happen together, attached to the mind as self. So that's why that tanha, samudaya is the cause of suffering, because it's attached to the aggregate, the body and the mind as self. And the body and the mind, they are self at the conventional reality, but they are not a self at the ultimate reality, because they are impermanent, they are changing, they come and gone, and never return again. And we also, all the time hold the new body and mind as self. Automatically, we don't know. Until the end of life, the body and the mind not exist anymore. That's why in that case, we call dead or die. What is dying? The dying or the dead? We are not dead. The dying, the dead, it happened to the body and the mind, or we call aggregates. So the extinction of the aggregates at the end It no more continue in this life. We call death. In the same time, when this aggregate in this life extinguish disease, automatically a new life exit in a new world. Can be human being again, or can be in the heaven, or can be in the health. This we call rebirth. Rebirth is different from the reincarnation. Reincarnation, there is a soul, but in the teaching of the Buddha, no cell, no soul. So there's no cell, no soul to come out from this body and enter another body. The aggregate of this life disappear, a new life exit continuously, no gap between them. And the idea on the long view and attachment automatically attach to the new life itself again. And how the new life exit? As I said before, the kilesa, the impurity and the karma we have done, these are the creator, create a new life. And then we cling to the new life itself again. So that's why the Buddha said, birth is suffering. Why birth is suffering? Because the five aggregate suffering exit. And then we cling the new life itself, so we suffer again. And when it exits in a new life, it starts to be old, to be ill, and at the end to die again. This happens to life again and again in uncountable life. We repeat again like this. It already happened to the past, in uncountable life in the past. And also, will happen more in the future if we don't attain enlightenment, or if we don't be Arahanta, if we cannot finish the impurity and the karma, if we continue in the samsara, the wind of life in universe, again and again, non-stop. That's why the Buddha found out the cause and tell us how to destroy the cause. If we can destroy the cause, the fruit, the result of cause cannot exist again. It means no birth. When no birth, no decay, no disease, no death. This is the real happiness, because no suffering, no dukkha. This we call nibbana. When I talk about the consciousness is the knower of the object of all of us, exist in the signals by seeing, hearing, smelling, etc. These are one of the nature of life. We call nama. Nama. Rupa is the body. Rupa is the matter. The body cannot know anything. The body is supported by the four elements. They are earth, fire, wind, and water. And have the 32 parts of the body, such as hair of the body, skin, etc. And the body is the form also impermanent. The exit through the eyes ear, nose, even from the organ of the body. Some believe that when we born, we can be a good person because of the family. But the Buddha said, we cannot be a good person by family, by wealth, or by any external power. But we can be good or bad because our own action alone. If we perform bad deeds, we are a bad person. This is very, very true. We can think about it. If someone all the time think about bad things, say about bad words, do a bad action, we cannot call that person a good person. We call them a bad person. In the opposite, if some of us perform the good deeds, good speech and good thought all the time, they accumulate the good deeds. So they are a good person. Everyone accepts all over the world. This is automatically, it's happened. This is not a religion. This is because of their skillful and unskillful action. We are any nationality. If they do good, they are good person. If they do bad, they are the bad person. So this not depend on nation, not depend on family line, and also not depend on external power. It's the power of inside of ourselves. If we understand about this thing, we call sammaทิฏฐิ, it means right understanding. If we think that praying can make us to have what we want, we want to be success in life, and we pray, especially we pray to God. God will reward us. If God appreciate our prayer, He will reward a good result to our life. And also, if we do the mistake, the God will punish us. That is not true. The Buddha compared that with the stone. If we throw the stone in the water, and every one of us try to pray for stone to float up, impossible. In the same time, if we pour the oil in the water, the oil will be above of the water. If all of us try to pray to make the oil sink to the bottom of the water, also impossible. This means it explains that life is not depend on prayer, but depend on doing. If we do good, when we receive the good result. If we do bad, we will receive the bad result. Maybe some of you said all the Buddhist people or most of the Buddhist people also pray, but actually we don't call the pray because we pay homage and we do the chanting. Pay homage is pay respect to the virtue of the Buddha, especially the kindness of him. Because after attained enlightenment, he gained the wisdom, he gained the understanding of life. If he don't teach anybody, it's okay. He's already complete himself. But because of the kindness of him, he never think about the difficulty or tiredness. He teach people or teach all being everywhere. If there is people who can understand his teaching, he went there and give the preach, give the teaching. This is the kindness of him. If he didn't do anything, it's okay because he's already complete himself. But because of the kindness of him that we pay respect to his kindness, and we pay respect to the purity of himself, because he can purify all the defilement from his heart. And we pay respect to the wisdom of him, because he became the Buddha by the wisdom, attain enlightenment. So the wisdom is like the light. So his life show people all over the world, make us to see the truth, to see the reality. But many people try to close their eye, don't try to open their eye to see the reality. So they think they believe, what they believe is already good, already true. And then they are under control of the misunderstanding. That's why, because of belief, cause a lot of problem to this life, to this world. People cannot understand life as it is. That's why we try to destroy the other people, the other society, or the other country by many kind of war. And then happiness and peacefulness never exist, never happen to this world or to our life. If we follow the teaching of the Buddha and understand it, to have the right understanding, life will be better, society will be better, and also world will be peace, will be more happy. Even we born among all the dangerous. Inside is a decay, disease, and death. Outside is many dangerous. Car crash, plane crash, storm, lightning, and COVID-19. Many dangerous things happen to life, and we still be careless of life. Never try to see the reality. Try to make refuge to our life. That's why the Buddha said, Attahi atano nato. One is one own refuge. Kohi nato palosiya. Who else could be the refuge? Attahi sutantena. If one train themselves well, they can have the good protector of good refuge. This is a very good words from the Buddha. And all people all over the world can be a good friend, because we have the kindness to each other, loving kindness to each other. We have the metta. So when we have the metta, no anger, no hatred, no ill will, no animosity. So the peacefulness will happen. First, it happens inside our mind. Second, it happens outside. It means no harm, no killing, no destroy will happen by the human being. Now even the COVID disease, some people said this disease is happened by human being. Human create them, and then they come back to destroy human being. This true or not true, we don't know. If it happened like that, you see, it's caused by all the kilesa. So we should understand that the defilement should be destroyed from our heart. So we will be free. Now we are not free because we are under control of the defilement. Selfishness. Selfishness is also very important. Selfishness comes from the self idea. So when we have the self idea, we cling like a self. Then we take on the other people, on the relative, as ourselves again, or as our belonging. People and things outside as our belonging. So when we hold the other thing as self, then the suffering get bigger. So if we can destroy the self idea or selfishness, we are free. So when we are free, we are less of suffering. So try to make friends, be a good friend, give loving kindness to all beings all over the world. We are in this world temporary time, no permanent. So we are the traveler to come to this world. Stop in this world for a few years, and then we have to say goodbye. But to say goodbye is good, but sometimes we have no time to say goodbye because it immediately it happened. No one can say goodbye to their family, their friend, or the other people. Some people go out from their house, never come back again. Some people go to the other country to visit and think that they will come back to their own country, but never come back again. See, life is impermanent. Anything could happen. It is like this. Why we don't and also it happened to everybody heart. If we try to control, try to destroy, try to uproot, try to purify all the defilement, we will be free, and this world will be peace, will be happy. The Buddha asks us to understand life as it is. Then, when we understand the real thing in life and manage life in the right way, from the bodily action and speech, we use the precept to control. And from the heart, we use the Dhamma, we use the metta, we use the mindfulness, we use the wisdom to control our mind, to purify our mind, to make our mind free from the attachment for the defilement on the defilement. Then we will be safe and we will be happy. And after we come to this world, and then we go to the other life, also the new life will be better or pure, happier, because the good cause we have done in this life. Or not need to think about the future life, think about the future in this life. From now on, if we try to follow the good teaching of the Buddha, we ourselves will be happy, will be free from any punishment from the bad karma which we haven't done. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Anumodhami. May I thank you, the Venerable, for giving us the profound teaching of the Buddha. What we have heard today, if we could practice as the Venerable said, our life, whether in this life or our next life, will be good and will be as we want. If we want to be a good person, or if we want good results in this life, we have to do goodness. May I read the book that the Venerable gave me, the Introduction to Buddhism. He quoted the Majjhima Nikaya, which stated that by deeds, vision, and righteousness, by virtue, the sublimest life, by this are mortals purified, and not by lineage and wealth. Majjhima Nikaya, as he stated before, it's not because of our family, our wealth, or any external power. It is by our own doing. If we do the right thing, we can expect the right results. And I can also quote from the Dhammapada, which says, by oneself is evil done. By oneself is one defiled. By oneself is evil left undone. By oneself is one purified. Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. So I feel so happy that we have a chance to hear the teaching delivered to us by Ratchapatibharnsobhon. He is the assistant abbot at Raja-O-Rasaram. He talked about Karma, and he talked about the Eightfold Noble Path in which we all should follow so that we will be on the right path, following the footsteps of the Buddha. Thank you very much. And we hope that we have a chance to invite the Venerable again to come and teach to the Dhamma online to us. Thank you, Venerable Sir.
नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका वानखेड़े रिव्यू एंड एनालिसिस में। मैं हूं गिरीश वानखेड़े और आज के रिव्यू का टाइटल है सरपट्टा परम्बराई, जो कि तमिल स्पोर्ट्स एक्शन ड्रामा फीचर फिल्म है और ये स्ट्रीम हो रही है अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो पर 22 जुलाई 2021 से। सरपट्टा का मतलब है चार चाकू और परम्बराई का मतलब है वंश। सरपट्टा परम्बराई का मतलब है एक ऐसा वंश जो बॉक्सिंग के लिए जाना जाता था नॉर्थ चेन्नई में लेट 70s में। उनका एक राइवल वंश था जिसका नाम था इदियप्पा परम्बराई। इदियप्पा का मतलब होता है बिजली। इन दोनों राइवल बॉक्सिंग गैंग्स के भिड़ंत की है ये एपिक एम्बिशियस फिल्म, जो सेट है 1975 के इमरजेंसी के दौरान, जब तमिलनाडु में एम करुणानिधि की सरकार थी और जिस वक्त चेन्नई को मद्रास कहा जाता था। फिल्म के बॉक्सिंग के मेन ट्रैक के अलावा उस वक्त की सोशियो पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन को भी तौला गया है, जिसमें ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने एम करुणानिधि की तमिलनाडु की सरकार को इमरजेंसी लगने के बाद बर्खास्त कर दिया था। इस तरह कहानी में सामाजिक और राजनीतिक अभिव्यक्ति को उजागर करना इस फिल्म के डायरेक्टर पा रंजित की विशेषता रही है, जिन्होंने इससे पहले मद्रास, कबाली और काला डायरेक्ट की थी। अपनी पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी और अपने कास्ट कॉन्शियसनेस को लेकर वोकल रहे इस एक्टिविस्ट फिल्म डायरेक्टर ने यह फिल्म बनाई थी थिएट्रिकल रिलीज के लिए, लेकिन कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के कारण लॉकडाउन चलता रहा और फिर यह फिल्म डिले होती रही और फिर अंत में इसको अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो पर ही देकर रिलीज करना पड़ा। यह फिल्म आपको याद दिला देती है 2002 की मार्टिन स्कॉर्सेज़ी की गैंग्स ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क की, जिसमें 1846 के नेटिव प्रोटेस्टेंट्स और आयरिश कैथोलिक इमिग्रेंट्स के बीच की लड़ाई दिखाई गई थी। वो अपनी प्रोडक्शन क्वालिटी और माउंटिंग के लिए जानी जाती थी, जिसे 10 ऑस्कर नॉमिनेशंस थे। इसी लीग में थी 1979 की द वॉरियर्स, 2011 की किल द आयरिशमैन और 2014 की क्रिटिकली अक्लेम्ड इटालियन फिल्म गोमोरा। इन सारी फिल्मों में दो समुदायों या दो गैंग्स के बीच की दुश्मनी को आंका गया था, जैसा हमारे यहाँ अनुराग कश्यप ने गैंग्स ऑफ वसेपुर में किया था। 2015 में एक तमिल फिल्म आई थी भूलो हम, जिसमें मद्रास के दो राइवल बॉक्सर्स की दुश्मनी को पोर्ट्रे किया गया था और यह फिल्म कुछ करीब है सरपट्टा परम्बराई के। फिल्म की शुरुआत होती है मद्रास की एक फैक्ट्री में बोरियों को ढोने वाले कबीलन से, जिसको बॉक्सिंग मैचेस देखने का शौक है और जो कोच रंगन का जबरदस्त फैन है। यहां दो राइवल बॉक्सिंग गैंग्स है, सरपट्टा और इदियाप्पा। सरपट्टा वंश के समुदाय के है कोच रंगन और हीरो कबीलन, जो इदियप्पा परम्बराई से कई सालों से हारते आए हैं। कोच रंगन का बेटा भी बॉक्सर है, लेकिन वो एवरेज है, इसलिए कोच एक दूसरे लड़के को बॉक्सिंग रिंग में उतारते हैं जो कि हार जाता है। अब इस कोच को नया बॉक्सर चाहिए जो इदियप्पा परम्बराई के बॉक्सर वेमुली को हरा सके। ये कोच अपने वक्त का चैंपियन रह चुका है और वो कबीलन में उस आग को देख लेता है। कबीलन के पिता भी बॉक्सर थे, लेकिन बाद में वो गैंगस्टर बन गए थे और मारे गए थे, इसलिए उसकी मां और उसकी नवविवाहित पत्नी भी इसकी इस बॉक्सिंग के खेल से नाखुश है। कबीलन ट्रेन होता है कोच रंगन से, लेकिन चूंकि ये नया है इसलिए वेमुली से बॉक्सिंग में भिड़ने से पहले उसको एक डांसिंग रोज नाम के बॉक्सर के साथ जूझना पड़ता है। कबीलन उसे हराता है और उसके बाद वो वेमुली को भी हराता है, लेकिन मैच के क्लाइमैक्स में ही उसके ऊपर हमला हो जाता है और वो घायल हो जाता है। उसी वक्त करुणानिधि की सरकार को भी बर्खास्त किया जाता है और कोच रंगन को भी जेल के अंदर डाल दिया जाता है। इस आघात के बाद कबीलन गलत संगत में पड़ जाता है और शराब पीने लगता है और अपने बॉक्सर का शेप खोने लगता है। शराबी बनने के बाद ना ही वो एक अच्छा बेटा बन पाता है, ना ही वो एक अच्छा पिता बन पाता है, ना ही वो एक अच्छा पति बन पाता है और ना ही वो एक अच्छा बॉक्सर रह जाता है। और ऐसे में कोच रंगन की जेल से रिहाई हो जाती है और एक चैंपियनशिप की घोषणा हो जाती है। अब भी प्रतिद्वंदी वही वेमुली है, लेकिन इस बार परिस्थितियों से विवश होकर कबीलन न शेप में है, न साइज में है और न अपने मेंटल स्टेट में है। ऐसे में उसका साथ उसका कोच भी छोड़ देता है और अब ये अकेला कबिलन क्या अपना कमबैक कर पाएगा और क्या फिर से वो अपने वंश के लिए जीत हासिल कर पाएगा, ऐसे कई प्रश्नों के उत्तर देती है ये 2 घंटे और 53 मिनट की बड़ी ही स्पेक्टेकुलर और एंगेजिंग फिल्म। फिल्म के क्लाइमेक्स के पहले के 30 मिनट जिसमें हीरो अनफोकस्ड हो जाता है और शराबी हो जाता है, वो पोर्शन काफी खींचा गया है और उस पोर्शन पे फिर उसकी माँ का ओवर लाउड हो जाना और उसकी पत्नी का ओवर ड्रामेटिक होना भी बड़ा अखरता है। फिल्म में बताया गया है कि अंग्रेजों ने ही बॉक्सिंग से भारतीयों को अवगत कराया था जिससे कि उनका मनोरंजन होता रहे। कोच रंगन का यह कहना है कि उसके दादा पहले बॉक्सर थे जिन्होंने ब्रिटिश बॉक्सर को हराया था। ऐसी कई सारी रोचक जानकारियों के साथ आगे बढ़ती है यह फिल्म, जिसको देखने के मैं कम से कम आपको 10 कारण दे सकता हूं। सबसे पहला कारण है ईमानदारी। फिल्म फोकस्ड है अपने किरदारों पर और उनकी पैरेलल चलती हुई सामाजिक और राजनीतिक यात्रा की कसौटी पर। यह फिल्म कहीं पर भी डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होती और ना ही पात्रों के प्यार में पड़ती है। वो न्याय संगत है और स्पष्ट है अपने पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट को लेकर। दूसरा कारण है प्रोडक्शन डिजाइन। राम लिंगन है प्रोडक्शन डिजाइनर जिन्होंने 70s का एटमॉस्फेयर बखूबी खड़ा किया। उस वक्त की स्टाइल, कॉस्ट्यूम्स, होर्डिंग्स, बैनर्स, क्राउड सीन्स और बॉक्सिंग मैचेस एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है। इस फिल्म की टोन में ही एक एपिक फिल्म की फीलिंग है। तीसरा कारण है कास्टिंग। इस फिल्म को लिखा गया था सूर्या को ही दिमाग में रखकर, लेकिन बाद में कुछ कारणों से ये कैरेक्टर मिला आर्या को और आर्या ने गुजारे हैं 7 घंटे रोजाना 7 महीने तक अपनी बॉडी को शेप में लाने के लिए। उनकी मेहनत इस लीड रोल में दिखाई देती है स्क्रीन पर। उनके अलावा उनके पत्नी के रोल में दुशरा विजयन, जॉन कोकेन है वेम्बुली के कैरेक्टर में, अनुपमा कुमार है कबिलन की मां के कैरेक्टर में और जॉन विजय है कबिलन के एंग्लो इंडियन दोस्त डैडी के कैरेक्टर में, और ये सारे के सारे ही एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है। चौथा कारण है सिनेमाटोग्राफी। इस फिल्म के फाइट सीक्वेंसेस और फिर क्राउड के सीन्स और फिर नॉर्थ चेन्नई की खूबसूरती को बड़े ही कुशलता से कैमरे में कैद किया है नेशनल अवार्ड विनिंग कैमरामैन मुरली जी ने, जो कि पा रंजीत के रेगुलर कोलैबोरेटर रहे हैं। पांचवी खूबी है एक्शन। इस फिल्म के एक्शन कोरियोग्राफर्स या स्टंट कोऑर्डिनेटर से अंबू और अरिवू, जो बेस्ट नेशनल अवार्ड फिल्म फॉर स्टंट कोरियोग्राफी जीत चुके हैं 2018 की KGF चैप्टर 1 के लिए, और इससे पहले पा रंजीत की कबाली और मद्रास कर चुके हैं। पांचवा रीजन है म्यूजिक। संतोष नारायण ने इस फिल्म के म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर जिन्होंने सारे ही गानों में गजब ढाया है, फिर वो गाना फोक पर बेस्ड हो या फिर वो रैप हो या फिर वो मोटिवेशनल सॉन्ग हो, सारे ही गाने माइंड ब्लोइंग है। सातवां रीजन है शब्बीर कलारक्कल। ये वो एक्टर है जिन्होंने डांसिंग रोज नाम के उस बॉक्सर का रोल किया है जो बॉक्सिंग रिंग में भी डांस करता हुआ बॉक्सिंग करता है। ये इतना हिलेरियस और इम्पैक्टफुल है कि ये एक्टर आपको याद रह जाता है। आठवां रीजन है तमिल प्रभा। ये वो राइटर है जिन्होंने डायरेक्टर पा रंजीत के साथ मिलकर इस फिल्म का स्क्रीन प्ले लिखा है। इस फिल्म से पहले उन्होंने तमिल उपन्यास लिखा था पेट्टा, और इस फिल्म में भी पात्रों के साथ साथ पात्रों का व्यवहार और उनके सामाजिक रुतबों का उनका विवरण प्रशंसनीय है। नौवां रीजन है आर्या। इस एक्टर ने लीड रोल में तूफान खड़ा कर दिया है, पन अनइंटेंडेड। उसका अपनी बॉडी पर की हुई मेहनत और उसकी पर्सनैलिटी निसंदेह इस कैरेक्टर की हकदार है, लेकिन साथ ही साथ फिर उसका शराबी होकर आउट ऑफ शेप हो जाना और फिर से ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होकर अपने ओरिजिनल शेप में आ जाने की प्रोसेस लाजवाब है। और फिर इस फिल्म को देखने का 10वां रीजन है पा रंजीत। इस फिल्म के डायरेक्टर पा रंजीत ने इस फिल्म के साथ यह साबित कर दिया है कि वो इस देश के चंद डायरेक्टर्स में से हैं जिन्हें हम जीनियस कह सकें। उनके इस फिल्म की डिटेलिंग, उनके इस मीडियम की समझ और कंट्रोल, उनका सोशल कॉन्शियसनेस और फिर उनकी पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी का कॉन्फिडेंस, ये सारी की सारी चीजें आपको हतप्रभ कर देगा। वो न्यू वेव सिनेमा के टॉर्च बियरर है। इन 10 कारणों के अलावा मैं आपको बता दूं कि सरपट्टा परंपराई सिर्फ तमिलनाडु की कहानी ना होकर उस हर राज्य की कहानी है जहां अंडरडॉग्स ये सोचकर राह देखते रहते हैं कि उनको जिंदगी में एक मौका मिलेगा और उनकी जिंदगी बदल जाएगी। कुछ लोग ऐसे मौकों को पा लेते हैं और कुछ लोग ऐसे मौकों को खींचकर अपने पास ले आते हैं। छोटे शहरों में ऐसे ही गुमनामी में जीतने वालों को सेलिब्रेट करती है ये स्पेक्टेकुलर फिल्म जो पॉलिटिकली भी करेक्ट है। इसमें एक खास किस्म का आकर्षण है जो दलित नायकों की नई आवाज का आगाज है। गो फॉर इट।